Today we're feasting on our favorite fall ingredients, and Katie just tossed me this juicy Anjou pear. I just like saying the word Anjou. And with it, I am gonna make a Rutabaga pear and turnip gratin. So here's how we make it. So I peeled and just thinly sliced one Rutabaga, and I peeled and thinly sliced 3 purple top turnips. And this is gonna be, combined with the pear, the foundation of our gratin. So let's make our little mix. It starts out pretty classic. You may think at first that we're making a potato gratin because I'm gonna combine 2 cups of heavy cream and 2 cups of whole milk. To that, I'm gonna add a ½ teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, just a little to bring out those creamy notes in the cream and the milk. 2 tablespoons of grainy mustard. And the mustard also adds a little bit of needed acidity. Generous pinch or 2 of salt. Put an extra pinch in for the Iron Chefs. And then to that, I'm gonna just add in my sliced rutabaga. And then the turnips, same thickness, 3 of those sliced up. And literally just stir this to just coat it with everything. Once that's all mixed together, we're just gonna pour it into a pot and start simmering it gently on the stove. Why do this? Why not just fill the gratin dish right away? So the thing about root vegetables like rutabaga and turnips is they take a while to cook and become tender. And they have a lot of water in them, much like potatoes. So I like to cook it stovetop gently for about 10 or 15 minutes and brings them to a level where they can match the cooking time of the pear. So the topping is super simple. 2 tablespoons of soft butter, and just mash it down a little bit in the bottom of a bowl. That way, whatever I drop on top of it gets mixed right in super easily. Now to that, I'm gonna add a ½ cup of panko breadcrumbs, ½ cup of sliced almonds, and notice none of this is toasted. It gets all beautifully toasted when it bakes on top of the gratin and finishes it off. And then ½ cup of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Come on, we gotta do it. We gotta have a little cheese in there. And we just mix that together. So this is the topping, and we're just gonna set this aside. This is piping hot. We're gonna take our pears, the 2 pears that we cored and sliced to about the same thickness as the turnips and the rutabaga, and now we start to build. So I have here a rectangular baking dish, a classic. I think this one was my mom's. And in it, I've liberally greased it with butter and rubbed it with 2 cloves of garlic that I just minced and put on the bottom. Now you just wanna spoon this mixture in. And you can do a pretty big batch at once, right? And as you put it in the dish, press it down a little bit so you get rid of any little pockets. You can actually start to smell what this tastes like, right? Now we add all of our Gruyere cheese, which is about 1 cup. Just sprinkle it all over. This is a cheesy layer that melts and is inside the layers of the gratin. Kind of like when you put mozzarella inside the layers of your lasagna. And then the rest of the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, which is about ½ cup. And then we finish with the rest of the pears, turnips, and rutabaga on top. So I'm gonna cook this at 375 degrees for about an hour. Then I'm gonna take the foil off and we're gonna cook it another, hour or so, or until it's tender. And then we're gonna put our topping on it and cook it for like another 20 minutes or so until that's golden brown. So good. So I have one that I baked off in advance. It's still a little hot. And you can see that topping, the toasted almonds, the breadcrumbs, that cheese on top. Cut a slice. Same as you would any gratin or lasagna. And again, the knife should go cleanly in and out of there. You want to really cook these vegetables fully through. Oh yeah. Look at this. Beautiful. So there it is, a little corner piece of the Rutabaga pear and turnip gratin. Look at those layers. It's pretty too, right? Unusual. It's not just your classic potato gratin. You can make mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving and add this to your table. So let's see how it tastes. And your fork should go right through it. You know, the rutabaga picks up on that pear. The turnip picks up on the nuttiness of the almonds. The cheese kind of ties everything together.